What's going on, figure hunters? Hey, it's Freeman here with another action figure review, and for this review I'm taking a look at the Variant PlayArts Kai Marvel Universe Deadpool. Super excited about this figure. I don't care how much I paid for him. This guy is awesome. Even the box is just out of the park. It just looks awesome. I really like the fact that they kind of went with the comic book style more so than the animation. The drawings are really cool for the variants, but I do like this one. It kind of fits Deadpool a little bit more than the art would have. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box. As you can see on the front, you do get the Marvel logo here at the bottom. The Square Enix logo, Marvel Universe PlayArts Kai, designed by Hitoshi Kondo, Deadpool. Choking hazard, and you get this really cool Deadpool Square Enix, and this really cool image where it fades from the red to the color, then back, and the city in the background. Then on the side, you get PlayArts Kai and just solid lines. Then on this side, it's the same thing, PlayArts Kai, Deadpool, and the solid lines. On the bottom, you just get the Square Enix logo and your serial number. And then on the top, we get Deadpool. As for the back, as you can see, if I can get my lights to not be so glary, we do get some pretty cool images, just comic booky images, and him talking to us, him holding the figure. I do like that. Dude, this is awesome. I'm seriously on fleek, huh? Wow. They put that in there. It does really say, dude, this is awesome. I'm seriously on fleek. Then you get the I'm getting excited. And over here, it says, keep you waiting, let's dance. That's awesome. I like that one. And hello, anytime, baby. That's super cool. Really excited about this figure. They showed the model of him at, I want to say E3, or it was Comic-Con. It was Comic-Con last year. I was really excited. And without any further ado, bam. Hey, look, someone's introducing my figure. Ha, that's awesome. You have the Deadpool summary, I guess. And then up here you also have accepting an unexpected genetic gift. It's just a quick bio on him. And get a cool image right there. It's big, long, the deal. Oh, it's written as Deadpool, which is really cool. I like that. But then over here it's it right there. You get the figure, and it has got this really, really awesome you can't even see it because of the glare on here with my lights. But when I open it up, you'll be able to see that he has just this brilliant red paint all throughout. That's it for the box. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and crack him open and take a look at his accessories first. Okay, so here he is out of the box with everything that he comes with. And as you can see, it comes with quite a bit. Deadpool is one of the most overly expressed characters in the series. He's all the expressions, the breaking the fourth wall, and I really like that a lot of the accessories that he comes with, he can kind of do that. To start him off, we do have the heads, and as you can see, they are super detailed. The different mix of paint in for the armor, the shininess, and even the scratch marks. Just the weathering on there is awesome. It just adds a lot of detail to show that he has been in some stuff and he is armored. And that's what I like about the most. It's not really a variant, it's more of just an armored Deadpool. You do get the little scoop in the back, which I think is cool. They added that to all the heads. But as you can see, this is his surprise face. Got the wrinkles on the inside and the armor plating. It looks really good. This is kind of laughing, like cheeky face, I guess, like mischievous almost. Mischievous. Still the same detail, the weathering, the armor plating, just the stuff to show that he has been in some stuff, and he has got some scars on that armor, and I really like that. And then you have the normal face, which is his people's eyebrow face, the kind of raised eyebrow questioning look. That's the normal Deadpool look. Looks pretty good. Again, you get the weathering, you get all the plating, all the detail. Looks really good. Really, really, really like this so far. As for the swords, the sheath does come on his back, but since it can be removed, I figured I would just remove it. It makes it a little bit easier. It pegs in. It does have a PlayArts Kai peg, so it can move on the figure to help with the pulling out of the swords and poses and everything. Really nice detail. As you can see, it's got the different gray up there. Let me pull this one out. It's got the different gray up here, and it's got the slit for these pieces where they come in and meet. It's very cylindrical all the way down, and then you get this nice little detail on the bottom, which kind of just adds to it a little bit, and it's on both sides. So it looks really good. The swords do, now that I've played with it a little bit, they do slide in and out very easily. But at first they didn't. They were very tight. And as you can see, there's no scratch marks. Let's go ahead and take a look. These are the swords. They are identical. Just mirror images of each other. As you can see, they have the little kind of sai look to them, which I think is pretty cool. It's just a little weird. You get good red detail all throughout. There is weathering on each of the bottom of the handles, so really cool on that. You get some light weathering on these small parts, and then the blades themselves are just pretty normal. The rounded tips. Actually, that's pieces of the sheath, I'm sure of. But they still look really good. I really like these. They're a really cool addition, considering, you know, DeadPool is known for his double katanas and his pistols. And that brings me to probably one of the bigger complaints I have about the figure, is there is no pistol. You get a rifle, or a shotgun. With the pump right here, it could be a shotgun rifle or something. I do wish he would have come with pistols. Some type of dual pistol action, or single pistol, just to put on the hip. But no, you get these. I do plan on taking my Arkham Knight pistols and probably doctoring them up to fit on my DeadPool. Or buy another DeadPool and do it that way. But you get the rifle. It does have a lot of really good weathering in it. As you can see, it looks great, even down into the grip. For the pump action, you do get the red details in for the DeadPool. You get a lot of detail on the inside. On the bottom, you can see there's a different color gray down in there. The barrel, all the way to the tip, the top. There's no sights. As you can see, it's kind of like burnt portions to show that that's where the bullet comes out. Maybe this is where it's discharged or where it's loaded in. It could very well be a shotgun. Looks really cool though. I do like this. I wish there was a spot to put it on the figure, but besides the hand, there is not. But it is nice. I will say that. It does look good. Then you have the boot dagger. It's just a plain black kind of curved dagger. Does have some pretty good detail in the handle. As you can see, it looks almost like a switchblade. And it does say Marvel right in there. So there's that. It doesn't move. No parts move, even though they look like they should. But it's still pretty cool. I wish it would have kind of been a switchblade that just kind of hooked onto the boot. But you take what you can get. And it is a cool boot knife. I will say though, do be extremely careful, because on mine, you can't see it, but I already had to epoxy it back into place because it ripped. I had it in there and it caught on my review station and it broke it straight off. It is very thin plastic. You can see right there. It is very thin plastic all the way through. So do be careful when pulling or messing with that boot knife, because it can break extremely easily. That's another complaint. 1 for 4. All right. Now we do have the small throwing daggers. I probably won't be pulling these off. There is nowhere to store them on the figure itself, and I don't feel the need to actually pop them off. They are posable with maybe this hand or maybe a regular gripping hand. But I mean, it's a cool little addition. It would have been nice if there would have been like one pouch where there were all 3 of these sat, but there isn't. So yeah, it's a little bit one of those things you just don't know if you want to leave it in the package or if you want to take it out. I, for one, am going to leave it in this little runner and in the package. But it is cool. I do like that. Maybe later on I'll pull it out. And then as you can see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of interchangeable hands and an extra. So let's start it off with the standard closed fist hands. As you can see, more weathering all throughout, scratches, scuffs going down, the blades on the wrist. I don't know why they did these, the blades on the palms. It looks kind of cool. And I guess it makes sense because he would be a mercenary ninja, that he would use those. Kind of Batman-y, if you ask me. But they do look good. I do love the red paint that they did. The very glossy red paint. Then you can see on his open hands, we get a lot more weathering on one than the other. Still goes up to the red, and you still get the fins on the wrist. Now I don't know why some have more weathering than others. That's a little odd. It does look like all of the left-hand ones have more weathering to me. Well, I might be wrong on this one. Then you get these thumbs up hands, and yeah, these are pretty even weathering. Actually, the left is more weathered on the knuckles. So it still looks good though. I still like it a lot. You can see in the gloves, they did a really good job with the detail in there, the wrinkles and everything, the brown paint, it matches very well. Then you get a set of pointing fingers, kind of itchy trigger finger looking fingers. The right is more weathered in this case, which is odd considering the rest of them. And see, again, you can see into the glove pattern, very well done, very well sculpted, very well painted, looks really good. Then you have a set of trigger hands for the gun. Neither of these are weathered, hardly at all. So a little odd there. Actually, I got a little weathering on this finger right here. They still look good though. They have nice grooves for you to put the gun in. As you can see, I've already played with it and put the gun in a little bit. Let's see, what is that? Okay. You can see there's these black lines down into the knuckles to really illustrate that. I didn't see that on the other ones. I guess I wasn't paying attention to that. Then you have these open palm hands right here. Now these look pretty good. There's not a lot of weathering on either of them. There's more on this one than on this one, but they still look really good. Really good texturing. You can see the texture in for the grip around for the armor piece of his glove, which is pretty cool. I like that addition. Looks good. Even the lines in for the gloves just look great. Paintwork's a little off in some areas, but it still looks really good. And then for the one spare hand you get, it is a knife throwing hand. Now I don't know if it's strictly for these, but I have noticed that this one and the swords do fit in there. And you can get it in and then twist it around as if you're going to throw the knife. Or you can give him a mocking Captain America salute pose. That's what I thought of. But that's actually it for the accessories. He does come with quite a bit. I really like him. But now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the sculpt and the figure itself. Okay, so here he is out of the box, looking great. As you can see, there is a lot of sculpt work on this guy. You can see this paint, how it's a duller down for the fabrics, but it's this nice, just vibrant, reflective metallic red for the rest, and I like that. It gives it that armored pull look. It looks phenomenal. You can see the cuts and the gouges and the scrapes and the sculpt with the weathering. I'm telling you, they probably did the best on DeadPool that they have done on any of the variants. He looks awesome. And maybe it's just me being biased because I am a DeadPool fanboy, and I have been since the Weapon X comics that I read back in the late 90s, thanks to my cousins. But I don't know, this looks really good. Oh, there it is. There it is. Marvel, made in China. I was wondering where it was earlier because it wasn't on the boots. As you can see, he has tons of pouches, rivets, places for the metal, his pineapples, little spots where it looks like they're daggers and stuff, little bits. This is articulated, so you can move it around to kind of go with the sculpt. It is super cool. I dig this figure a lot. If I get rid of all of my Marvel variants, I probably will not get rid of DeadPool. Just me being biased. I like this DeadPool. That's probably the one DeadPool figure I will keep no matter what. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the articulation. So for the head, you do have a ball-pegged head. So he does have a good slight range of motion. He can look up to about right there, and he can look down to about right there. Then you do have the ball peg neck, so he does add to about right there, and whoop, popped him off. He does pop off kind of easily, and adds to about right there. For the arms, you do have a standard Play Arts Kai joint, so you can get it up to about right there, and you can get it all the way around. You do have a bicep swivel, which is one complaint that I do have over here. This bicep pops out extremely easy. I did straight from the package. That's last complaint of the figure. Production control, people. I have a Kingdom Hearts Sora that does the same thing. So a little upset about that. But other than that, you do have the bicep swivel over here. You do have the Play Arts Kai jointed elbow and the ball peg, or not ball peg, the peg and wrist swivel that rotates, goes around. For the waist, you do have the pivot right there, pivot to the back, to the side, to the side. I don't know if it's a ball peg. Haven't really been sure. I've never pulled a Play Arts Kai apart before. But it could very well be a ball peg. You do get a full range of motion that way. And then for the waist, you do get a full range of motion. You do have gapping. There, that was the fourth one. I completely forgot. You do have gapping, really bad gapping right there. So you have to be careful, but you do have a really good range of motion. He is really fun to pose. I was playing with him for a while before I actually started doing the review. For the legs, you can get him up to about there. And you can get him back to about there. Let's see, you can get it out to the side about there, so good kick poses. And you do have a thigh swivel, messes with the plating as you can see. And you do have the double jointed Play Arts Kai knee, so really good ballerina poses. And you do have the Play Arts Kai joint foot with swivel. Yes, they gave us swivel with this one, not that weird peggy twisty foot motion, straight up swivel. All in all, I will say this is a buy. This is a must buy. If you are a Marvel fan, if you are a Deadpool fan, if you are a Play Arts Kai variant fan, this is a figure that you have to get. And I'm not saying that just because I'm a Deadpool fanboy. There was literally small things wrong with this figure that I could pick out. I love the figure. I love the sculpt. I love the paint. I love the Marvel variant line that they do. The accessories are great, minus the guns. The paint is good and everything, but that bicep and the gapping, I'm good with. I can deal with that. But hey, whoop, that is it for this figure review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and throw a like on it. And one more articulation thing, that is articulated, like I said, so it can rotate for you to get more dynamic poses, and does kind of pivot into the back right there. Forgot about that. Anyways, if you liked it, go ahead and throw a like on it. If you liked it enough, go ahead and subscribe. I try and get videos up daily for everything that I have and will have in the future. Talk about action figures in the future, possibly more. So stay tuned. But until next time, guys, just remember to keep hunting those figures.